Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to our science class for today, which is about Unit 6, Water and Air. Last time we have discussed about the different forms of water. Do you remember the forms of water? Sometimes water is liquid, just like the water that we see that we
Sometimes
use.
the water is
Solid in what form?
fish
Ice, right? Or
ice.
snow, right? Yes. Next, sometimes water becomes gas.
Liquid. Okay.
Yes, in steam form or water vapor form. Yes. And also last time we have discussed about evaporation. Do you remember what is evaporation?
It is
Evaporation is turning liquid into evaporation. Turn,
turning liquid.
yes. What happened to your microphone, Natakit? It turns
Uh,
liquid into gas.
I'm
Uh,
mute. I'm mute.
Natak,
That's
turn off your microphone and
good.
now turn off your microphone. Do not turn on anymore because your friends cannot hear me, okay? Okay, it's okay. Okay. Ah, now when you say evaporation, it means liquid into gas. Water becomes vapor or water becomes steam, right? It's the same. So last time we also discussed about some examples of evaporation in our daily life. Yes, examples of evaporation in everyday life. For example, is Pudi said, hanging your clothes when you want to dry your clothes up when you wash it, right? When you wash your clothes, when you wash them. It happens through evaporation. When you hang your clothes have water, and then because of the heat of the sun, the water will evaporate, turn into gas, and will make your clothes dry. And then, can you give another example of evaporation? Yes, when? Yes, like for example, when you are cooking, when you are boiling, when you are drinking hot coffee, or for example, when the water in the sea or the ocean turns hot because of the sun, some of it evaporates, right? And becomes clouds. Another one is after it rains, sometimes the road collects rainwater and makes puddles, right? And then when you check after the sun comes out, after some time, the puddle dries up. It's because of evaporation also. There are many examples of evaporation. Like for example, another example is when you blow dry your hair. After taking a shower, your hair sweat. And then after some time, even if you don't blow dry, even if you are just sitting, later on your hair will dry up because the heat from the surroundings, okay, the warm wind or the warm air will make the water from your hair evaporate and will make your hair dry. That one is also evaporation. See, evaporation is always there, everywhere. Now today we are going to focus more on condensation. Condensation is the opposite of evaporation. Now let's have the vocabulary words for today. The first one is moist. Moist means next is surrounding. Surrounding and droplets. Droplets. Okay, now when you say moist, it means it's wet. Like for example, the soil is moist. It means it's a little wet. Or when you touch the leaf, in the morning, you will feel it's like it's cold. It's a little wet. It's because it's moist. Maybe from the dew. Do you know what's dew? DEW. It's like in the morning when at night it's cold, right? And then in the morning, you will see sometimes there's tiny droplet, or maybe the leaf is a little wet. Non-living things? Yes. For example, even your skin. My skin is moist. It means it's a little wet. The table is moist. It means when you feel it, it's like it's sticky, it's wet. No? It's the same as wet, but not too much water. Next is surrounding. When you say surrounding, it's the environment around you, the things around you. For example, the surroundings at the school. So you see trees, the grass, the buildings, anything. Or the surroundings of your house. What do you see around your house? The neighbors, if there are trees, no? Yes. Next is droplet. Droplet is a tiny part of water, tiny water. It forms into like a teardrop shape when it drops. Okay, so today let's focus more on condensation. Water is amazing. Water always recycles by changing its forms. We already said the forms of water. There's water, the liquid one, the steam, the gas, or the vapor, and also solid, which is in ice or snow. Water can turn into steam or vapor when it is heated. This one is called what? Evaporation or condensation? Evaporation, when water becomes steam, when water becomes vapor. And when we need heat, that is evaporation. Now, the opposite of evaporation is condensation. It is when vapor or the gas or the steam becomes water again, becomes liquid again. It will melt, it will become liquid. That one is from solid to liquid. But the steam from this pot, okay, the teapot, the kettle will become liquid. That is condensation. When you boil water, you need heat. And then when water becomes hot, it will become gas. This part is evaporation. But when you try to put some ice on the lid, and when the steam touches the ice, there will be condensation. The water vapor, the water in the air will come together, will stick together and form droplets. And when droplets come together, you'll have a lot of water in the end. Right? Okay. Now, evaporation and condensation of water in the air happens all the time. It is present everywhere. Maybe you don't see it, you don't notice it, just like before. You didn't know that evaporation helps in drying your hair. You didn't know that evaporation helps in drying your clothes, right? Before you only see, it's dry already. Or, the water is gone, finished. You don't know anything about evaporation. Okay, so now let's have examples of condensation in our everyday lives. Because we know condensation forms rain. Condensation forms snow in the clouds. But how about here, down here on the ground? Where's condensation here? Okay, so first example is the steam from boiling water can turn back into liquid, just like the first example. Vapor or steam will turn back into liquid. Example, this one. Let me show you the video. The videos are like experiments, no? They try experiments to show you how it works.
For this experiment, you will need hot water, 2 cups, and some ice cubes. First, boil a kettle full of water. Fill 2/3 of 1 cup with the hot water you just boiled. Flip the second cup, placing it upside down on the first cup. Balance an ice cube on top of the flipped cup.
You will only
It
use
is
one
very
ice
slippery,
cube.
so make sure it does not fall off. As the ice cube melts, condensation will begin to form inside the second cup. If you look very closely, you can see the smaller water droplets form together, making bigger water droplets. Clouds are made of these same water droplets, but in the sky.
That's how clouds look like in the sky.
If you wait long enough, a big water droplet will form underneath the ice cube. This is because the ice cube, like the atmosphere, is cold, and the water underneath it, like the surface of the earth, is warm.
Maybe she put again. Right? Because it will melt quickly because the cup will be hot, right? Because of the water. Okay, so it says,
I don't have cow in have only little drop water. I know the drop water in making cow, but it is so many drop water, but why it don't making cow?
it will turn into water again. It will turn into big droplets when the small droplets come together. That's how the clouds form in the sky. And then that's how rain forms also in condensation. When there's too much water in the clouds like this, they will start to drip. They will start to fall like rain. Right. Next, let us continue to the next one. Next is another example of evaporation. Where else can we see evaporation? We can see evaporation, of course, during the water cycle. The one that we know already, it's about forming of rain or snow in the sky. How does that happen? Of course, there will be no condensation if there's no evaporation. It always starts with evaporation. Okay, and the most important part of it is the sun. So the sun will hit the water in the sea, will evaporate, turn into clouds, right? And then when there's more and more and more evaporation, there will be more water vapor in the clouds. The water vapor will stick to each other and form water droplets. And mhm. Yes. If you see what months, some months in the year, some months of the year are rainy months, right? For example, June, July, it always rains because we just finished summer. Summer is like March, April, May, right? So during the summer, there's a lot of evaporation happening because there's the sun always. It's very hot during summer. So there's a lot of evaporation. The rainy. Uh-huh. Yes. Now it means during summer there's a lot of evaporation happening. And then there will be too much water in the clouds. Okay, but maybe the clouds can hold a lot of water because it can last for months. No? And then during the rainy season, the clouds cannot hold the water anymore. There's too much water after the summer. So they will continue to pour water. No? Understand? So how about snow? How does snow form? It's also through condensation, but in cold places. For example, in America, in where else we have snow?
Canada.
Huh?
Canada.
For example, in Japan, Canada, yes, like those places. They are normally they are normally cold, always cold, right? Even if it's summer there, it's still a little cold, not too hot like Thailand, no? Like Asia. So it means the sky there is very, 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 very cold. Up there is very cold. So when water droplets go to the clouds, it's like the clouds become the freezer, freezer of your refrigerator, and then the water droplets will freeze and become snow. So when the clouds become too heavy, uh, it will fall as snow, not like water. Do you know hail? Hail.
Teacher, Tanika, I
Okay.
don't know is the liquid or solid.
Solid now. Snow is solid. You can touch it. You can even form a snowman. It can have a shape, right? Huh. Now, do you know hail? Hail is HAIL. It's like ice cube from the clouds. In some places, they have hail, not snow. I'll show you first. Hailstorm. It's called hailstorm. Hail, H-A. They have like this. Big eyes. It's like big eyes, like this. Uh-huh.
Teacher, I know hail,
Uh-huh. Not small snow, the soft snow. Sometimes it becomes like this, and it can break your house, your cars, the window, no? That is also because of condensation. Okay, next, let's continue. This one is a video of a man showing the experiment, showing how rain is formed. In this video, he said, when water evaporates, the water becomes clean. The dirt stays on the ground, and then only the clean water will evaporate. That's why, for example, listen to Teacher Danica. For example, there's the puddle. The puddle is like mud. No? It's brown. The water on the road is brown. When it evaporates and then it rains, will the rain be color brown too? No, right? No. Because the water in the puddle has soil. When the water evaporates, only the water will go up in the sky. The soil will stay on the ground. The dirt will stay on the ground. That's why when it rains, the water is clean again. So let's see.
Another demonstration experiment on. It may seem like a lot of friendly, very. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off. The coil evaporate. I could spit in it, things like that.
He tries to put some food color to pretend that is dirt. So you will see when it forms into rain, the rain is clear water. The food color will stay in the pot.
Like that. I'm just going to put some red food coloring, some blue food coloring. You could put in dirt, you could put in vinegar. I'm going to put some salt in. You could put in sugar. You can see plenty of salt. And I have a soupy, dirty mess in there. I would not want to pick that thing up and chug it down. It's dirty, but that's what's cool about the water cycle. We can take this mess and purify it, clean it. We need all the water cycle to do it. So here we go. All of that liquid in there is starting to evaporate. What I need to do is I need to be able to condense that water vapor in this air. How do I do it scientifically? I need something cold, and I need the water to condense onto something. So I have this pan. How do I make the pan cold? Put some ice in. So let's rip the bag open. Let's put some ice in. The ice is going to melt, form a nice cold layer of water. Now, I'm going to hold my cloud, my layer of cold air, over this water vapor. And you're going to see this pan actually start to fog up. What's going on? Well, as that water vapor is hitting that cold pan, it wants to condense back into a liquid. And it's starting to condense into a liquid. And as more water vapor hits, all of those tiny droplets of water get bigger and bigger as more water condenses onto it. You can actually see it. And we're going to give it some time, but actually enough water is going to condense on the bottom of this pan. It's going to rain. It's going to precipitate. And the cool thing is, I'm going to lick this pan. It's not going to taste like salt. Why? All the dirt's left down in the pan. That's the cool thing about the water cycle. It cleans all the water. It's an amazing design. So to show you that the water on this pan, we brought in a little light and we're going to angle the dish. I normally wouldn't do this, but just so you can see the water condensing onto the pan, and you're going to see it precipitate. So here we go. Let's angle this. Try to keep the ice in the pan.
That's the rain. That's how rain happens in the clouds.
And if you'll see the water dripping down, it's not dripping, it's raining, folks. That's the scientific term. We have water evaporating, hitting the cold.
Okay, next, let us continue. How about another example of condensation? What else? This one. This is a nice example. The next one. Huh? So this one. The water droplets formed outside a cold bottle. For example, you have a cold bottle. You have cold water inside the bottle. You close the lid. It means the bottle is closed. If you put it on the table after some time, you will see that there's water outside your bottle, right? Have you noticed like that? Or maybe your glass, for example. The water in your bottle is cold, and then later on you will see there's water outside. How did that happen? Did the water come from the inside of the bottle and then it went out? Yes or no? What do you think?
Yes.
The water was from the inside and then it went out? Yes or no? Yes or no? What do you think? The answer is no.
Yes.
The water did not come from the bottle. The bottle is closed. The bottle is locked. There's no hole. How can the water come out? So, how does it happen? Listen carefully. The air around us has water vapor. Everywhere you go, there's water vapor in the air. Even the air that you breathe has water. Because water is composed of H2O, right? Hydrogen, oxygen, right? So it means there's water. Hydrogen is water. So there's water everywhere. Okay? Oxygen has water. So, for example, here in the classroom, the air here has water vapor. Even if you don't see it, there's water vapor. So, for example, you put cold water in your bottle, you close it, you put it on the table. The bottle will be cold, right? Yes or no? If you put cold water inside the bottle will be cold, right? Right? Can you hear Teacher Danica?
Yeah.
The bottle will be cold. When the air inside the classroom touches the bottle, since the bottle is cold, the water vapor in the air will stick into your bottle. And then the more water vapor, when the air touches your bottle again, the water vapor in the air sticks to your bottle. And then there will be more and more and more water vapor sticking on your bottle. So when the water vapor goes together, sticks together, they will form water droplets like these, the big ones that you see. It means the water from your bottle, from the outside of your bottle, came from the water vapor in the air. Your bottle collects the vapor in the air. The bottle collects the water from the air. It happens because of condensation. Your bottle is cold, right? The air is a little warm. And then when the air touches the cold bottle, there will be condensation. Understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
It means it came from the air. Okay, another example. This one is the video of that one. They will show you. They put ice in the glass. Of course, the glass will be cold. And after some time, you will see there will be water outside the glass. It's because of condensation. That's all the water in the air. That's not the water from the inside. That's why if, for example, there's no more ice in your glass, the water is not cold anymore, it will stop having water outside, right? For example, your bottle now, it's not cold, right? Your water is not, there's no water outside the bottle because there's no condensation. Condensation needs something cold, right? Okay, next, another example is, it's the same, the water in your window. For example, you're in your car. The window in your car is cold because of your aircon inside the car. The wind outside the street is warm. When it touches your window, it will form water droplets because of condensation. Another one is also the water on your mirror. When you take a shower, when you take warm bath, if you use warm water in taking a bath, you will see your mirror will become foggy. You have to wipe the mirror, or sometimes you even draw on your mirror, right? Because it's foggy. You have to clean the mirror to see yourself. It's because the mirror is cold, the water from your shower is hot. When it touches the mirror, there will be condensation. See, it's like magic, right? Okay. Now let's have our game for today. Can you read?
I will choose.
What are we going to choose? Do you want gold again? Fishing. Stop. What do you want? Teacher can't understand anymore. What are we going to choose? Let's try the... What do you think? Fishing only? Fishing only.
I want battle royale, teacher. I want battle royale. No.
Later in another topic, we will do the other games. It's because we have 12 questions today, so I think fishing is better. 925470. Turn off your microphone first. Teacher will say something. Okay. So, for our game for today, we have to review the questions. For the questions, you are just going to choose if it's evaporation or condensation. If the examples are for evaporation or for condensation. Faster, you join and let's review the question so it will be easy for you.
Teacher, what game ID?
Fishing. Game ID is 925470. The number here. This one is the game ID 925470.
Again, teacher.
เลยขอไก่อยากได้ไก่อ่ะไก่
เราขอไก่หน่อย
ไก่
Be fast.
กินไก่
ไก่เลิฟไก่
Teacher, game ID again, please.
925470. This one you can see here. You can see 925,470.
มันมีคนเอาไก่ไป
ได้
แล้ว
ไก่แล้ว
Who's this? Who's this student? Ah, what's the name? Who's Ah? Who's Ratchatun?
มีดิ
Shayalan is the snake, right?
yes มีอะไรล่ะ
Ready?
อยากขึ้นมา
Faster so we can review the questions.
ready
Faster so
now
we can review the questions. 1 minute and teacher will go to the questions. You won't be able to see the game ID yet. Who is LOL? Okay, now let's have first the questions. You are just going to pick if this is an example of evaporation or condensation. Okay? For example, clouds in the sky. How do clouds form in the sky? Through evaporation. This one. This one. Seeing your breath on a cold day. For example, you're in America. It's winter. When you breathe out, you will see there's like smoke coming out of your mouth. That is condensation. Foggy bathroom mirror. The mirror becomes foggy. Condensation. Glasses fogging up. Your eyeglasses become foggy. Condensation. A cold cup. There's water on your cold cup outside the cold cup. Condensation. Drying wet floor. When evaporation. A puddle drying up. Evaporation. Blow drying your hair. Evaporation. Blowing on your fingernails after painting them. Your nails will become dry. Evaporation. A wet towel drying while hung up. When you hang your towel.
Evaporation.
Hanging clothes outside.
Evaporation.
This one. Sweat disappearing from your body. For example, when you play outside, your body becomes wet. Okay? And then, while you are resting, later on when you check, you're not wet anymore. What's that? Evaporation. So, let's begin. There. Just answer the question and then you'll be able to catch a fish. It is best to catch a shark because that's the heaviest here, I guess. Go. Why there's a pancake in the sea? Who is when they announce the what? Frog. It's the sea, it's the ocean, not a lake, not a pond, no? Frogs usually stay in the pond. Yes. There are still no sharks. Jellyfish. There are a lot of frogs today. Hitomet is number 1. Hitomet is now number 1. Next is Kita and Natakid. Mario Manirat, go. The questions are easy. It's either evaporation or condensation. What happened?
I remember what, teacher?
Yes. There are a lot of crabs and frogs, jellyfish. There are still no sharks. Has anyone got the shark already?
Why?
Where are the sharks? All frogs. Easy. It's just evaporation or condensation.
Teacher, I remember what, teacher?
Let's see. Why? You don't have your name here, Chayanan. You're using you're using a different name. Crabs everywhere. Why there are boats?
What?
I haven't seen any sharks yet. Three minutes, 40 seconds.
Yes. 7,000 now. Ha ha ha. Oopsie.
3 minutes, 20 seconds. I think the seals are heavy too. The walrus. It's easy. It's either evaporation or condensation only.
Yay!
3 minutes.
Why I in number 5?
Be fast in answering the question so you can catch more and more and more.
Ooh, I got crab.
There are still no sharks.
What?
They're still sleeping. Maybe they're at the bottom of the sea. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We have Kipumet, Nakak, and Pudis.
I 70,000 now.
Go, 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 go. Who's LOL, LOL? Not answering. Shark, 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 shark. Shark
What?
everywhere. One minute 50 seconds.
I cannot get shark anywhere. I have octopus many.
There.
What?
1 minute 20 seconds. There's a lot of puffer fish. One minute. Ooh. Ooh.
What?
Ooh. 50 seconds. What's that one in the jar? It's like a butterfly. Crabs. 35 seconds. Kitumet got the shark again. "25 seconds. Almost done. Who is Ratchapon? Itumet na pa Ratchapon sa haton kita pulis Mario. Huh? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have
Teacher, I got Megalodon.
Ratchapon and Kitumet.
Teacher, I got Megalodon and special. Teacher, I got Megalodon and special fish. I'm really happy.
The shark ate you already. Okay, now let's go to our live worksheet for today. Tell me if you can see it.
Yes.
Okay. For the live worksheet, don't forget to write your name, grade, and number. Now, it's very easy. You're just going to pick if it's an example of evaporation or an example of condensation. We have 8 questions. Number 1, what is it? Evaporation. Number 2 is what? Uh-huh. Number 3? 4? Evaporation. 5? Condensation. Yes. 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 And that's it. Okay, very easy.
Send me.
There.